Hey, also for like Sonic fans, I like Sonic 06 too.
That's crazy.
Like the least favorite Sonic, like the not good Sonic game.
What about you, Timmy? Sorry. Actually, go on. Finish that.
Yeah, like a lot of people, I can see why people don't like Sonic 06.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a very, I'm gonna put quotes on this, glitchy game. I see no glitches. At least when I played, I had no glitches. The soundtrack is really good. Don't get me wrong, there are some things that piss me off about the game, like the loading times.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking terrible. But I just really like Sonic 06. Like there's really, like I said again, dude, the soundtrack is fucking sick.
Everyone just goes by their own personal experience and their own tastes.
Mm.
That's what we gotta understand is, like, me looking at you all crazy, like, because you like Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 over all these amazing movies.
No, dude, like, they're all good. I grew up a lot with Spider-Man 3, because when I first started watching Spider-Man, my first Spider-Man movie was Spider-Man 3.
Mine was Spider-Man 2.
I love Spider-Man 3. But Amazing Spider-Man 2 is, like, it's still up there for me. So, for me, it's Amazing Spider-Man 2, No Way Home.
We're going to do rankings now.
Multiverse.
Okay.
So, or Spider-Verse, I meant. Then Amazing 1. Then the trilogies. With Far From Home. No, I'm gonna put with a Homecoming and then Far From Home. I didn't really like Far From Home. Far From Home was, I didn't really like it.
See,
honestly,
that's where we gotta switch it because
What?
I think it's a very underrated movie.
Really?
I think it's
You
very
think so?
underappreciated. Are we just not gonna act like it had one of the best scenes ever with the villain of Mysterio? That was the most comic accurate scene I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, I like the movie, dude. It's just like it didn't keep me engaged like how the other ones did.
No, I can actually get that
because it'd be like I'm gonna quote a video I watched. It's just a team drama with Spider-Man in it. It's kind of true. I didn't like.
It's just a what?
A team drama with Spider-Man in it. Like,
yeah.
I don't know where Pete just has a crush on MJ. That's like that. It's like
that's one thing I've always.
That was kind of. I was always like, like it would have been cool if they built it up through, like these first 3 movies, and then the next 3 when he's in college.
Yeah.
At the same time that, yeah, I guess that would work though. But like, I don't know. It was just kind of sudden how, like. He just suddenly had feelings for her, and then No Way Home, they're together.
I felt the same way.
It was kind of, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And then Homecoming, I actually, I like Homecoming. It's just, fuck, I don't know. It was like the first Spider-Man movie I seen, like in a theater, like in general. But, I don't know. I just like all those other ones above Homecoming. Like I'll still rewatch it. But, like, when I rewatch it, I'll go on my phone. I'll just, like, do, like, a couple of things or something. Then I'll just, like... Yeah. Like, when I watch Spider-Man... Like, actually, not too long ago, we watched Spider-Man 1. I did not move. I just kept watching it. But, like, when I watch, like, Homecoming, and especially Far From Home, I just, like... I kind of get bored of it. And it's like, I don't know. Like, those movies have their own, like, little, like, their little things that make them really good. It's just... It just doesn't keep me engaged.
Yeah, I understand that. Like I said, it's everyone's personal experience and liking in what they like personally on their own taste in things. Yeah. So I can completely understand that. Like me, I want to say your tier list is very different from a lot of people, which I can actually appreciate. Yeah. I'll appreciate that. Even though it sucks. I'm just kidding.
Dude, come on. You can't go wrong with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, though. Dude, his suit is still the best suit.
His suit?
Suit, my bad.
You're good.
His suit, dude. His suit... Bro, that's like the best looking suit. Aside from No Way Home.
Arguably the most accurate. The only thing that bothers me, the only thing that does bother me about it is the spider on the front.
What? Really?
It fits the suit. Mm-hmm. It fits it right. But I always looked at it and I'm like, that's last place in my opinion on favorite spider logos.
I've always liked the bigger spiders on the suits. Like, so my first, again, the Spider-Man I knew was Tobey.
Yeah.
So then, like, when I'd get, like, backpacks, it was, like, the comic Spider-Man, and it was, like, the circle spider on his back. I was like, that's fucking nasty. I don't know. I've always
actually, I was never really a fan of that either.
Really?
I wasn't either. Like, anytime I would see that version, the big circled version of that, I've always been like, I like the movie versions better.
Yeah. It's just, I'm not going to say modern. Yeah, modern, I guess. Well, no, not modern, because... fucking Tom's is the circle or the hexagon, but I mean, still though, I've always liked the sleek lines on it, like especially the Amazing Spider-Man 1 suit, the basketball suit. I fuck with that one too. I really like that one.
I didn't even realize that.
The basketball suit?
The basketball suit. That's one way to call it.
Yeah.
I always on it with I always call it yellow lenses.
Yellow lens. Oh my god. Come on, dude. That's a cool suit. The fact that it stays battle damage throughout the movie. Too.
It's grown on me. It's definitely grown
Oh,
on me.
yeah.
For sure.
See?
As a suit. Because it's very different.
Mm.
They really like... Because I remember as a kid seeing the first reveal of Andrew in that suit before the movie came out. I was like, this is Spider-Man? Like, this is weird.
Mm.
But it's actually really cool because it's so different. And now it's like, it got hated. It got constantly hated on for it being so different and it being its own thing. You know, like... I didn't have a problem with it.
Not even fucks with it.
Like, the culture really pushed me away from it. And now it's starting to come back all of a sudden. All this Andrew love is starting to come back. I'm like, where y'all been at?
Exactly, dude. Exactly my point.
No Way Home showed out a lot of the haters. And switched up on it.
Yeah.
I hate...
I was telling Timmy that. Like, when we watched the first movie, like, the day after, everyone was saying, make Amazing Spider-Man 3. I was like, you guys weren't around... I mean, like I'm not gonna say like I was like watching Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 in the theaters, but like I've really always liked them two movies.
Yeah.
Like Andrew is still my favorite, and it's like, why you guys now all of a sudden like liking his movies? Like, come on now, just I don't know. I just never understood that. It kind of got me mad because I was like, you guys are all like showing him love now. Why weren't you guys showing love then? Like,
they were bashing him.
Fuck yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's
like how can you blame an actor for giving his best for a role that he loves? Like it's like all three of these actors loved the character so much before they even got the role. And how can you hate on that and blame him when he wasn't the one that made the whole movie? He just played a part. That's like, how do you blame him? He was arguably the best part of both movies. Not even arguably, hands down the best part of both movies. My bad. Dude. The best part of both movies. He played Spider-Man to a T.
Fucking dude.
You can't change my mind.
Oh my god. Yeah, I just love his Spider-Man. His Spider-Man's still like, it's still gonna be my favorite. That may change when 2099 comes in though. I've been waiting for a 2099 Spider-Man, dude.
I mean, technically, we already do have a 2099 already.
Oh, but
Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Who's played by Moon Knight.
Oh yeah,
he's voiced by Moon Knight.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
I kind of want a live action 2099 though.
I definitely want it.
Fucking sick.
I definitely want one. It's gonna give him more. I feel like they need to give more of a Spider-Man 1 suit kind of aesthetic to it, where it's like very shiny. I think.
Fuck, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be awesome.
Like in the, I think it's the PS4 game. No, it's. Which one is it? It's Shattered Dimensions, I think it is.
Yes.
Like when you're playing as him and he has like that strobe going up him.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I'd love to see that.
That'd be fucking sick in a movie. But I'm very excited for the next upcoming. Well, it's 2, right? The 2 next movies for for Spider-Verse. Because it's part 1 and 2.
Are we talking non-MCU or just as a whole?
Just in general.
In general, then, if we want to look at the Spider-Man universe, then we're gonna have to exclude Spider-Man for now, because we're getting a Madam Web movie.
Oh yeah.
First, that's still filming with I can't remember who's gonna be in it. Oh yeah, and a solo spin-off Kraven the Hunter movie with Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven the Hunter, which I thought was very interesting of a choice.
I always call him the guy from Godzilla.
I forget he's in Godzilla.
Are you serious?
I always do. I always forget he was in Godzilla. I just know him. I always knew him as Quicksilver in Avengers: Age of Ultron. So
that's still the best Avengers movie, other than Endgame. I really like Ultron.
You're really
what?
Hot takes
like
here.
it?
You got a lot of hot takes going on here, man.
I really like Age of Ultron.
God,
it's funny.
Oh man,
I've watched it like 4 or 5 times already, and each time I watch it, it's like I'm always invested in it. Like, it's just a good movie. I really like
agree. It is a great movie, but I don't think it's the best.
It's the best one. What? Okay.
If I were to rank Avengers movies, Infinity War, Endgame, maybe Age of Ultron, and then the first one.
What?
And that's not even saying they're horrible. It's like best. It's like favored to least favored. I wouldn't say any of them were bad at all. I don't want to say any of them.
I would say I still haven't seen the first Avengers movie yet. I just watched a bunch of clips.
My God, dude.
I'm sorry.
You're breaking my heart.
Huh? I might watch it when I get home, actually. But dude, Age of Ultron was actually my first. No, Infinity War is my first Avengers movie. Then after that, I watched Age of Ultron. I was like, dude, this movie is actually really fucking cool. Like I like, dude, Ultron himself he's so cool. Like when he's on the screen, like the way he talks and everything.
I feel like he was the worst part of the movie, though, in my opinion.
Why?
That is like the suit design was okay. It was okay.
He looks fucking
It was
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was okay though. But as far as like giving him like they humanized him way too much.
You think so?
Because if you want to go on the comics, based on the comics, this dude is like I get it. Sometimes comic accuracy isn't the best, but I think we were all expecting a darker version, a darker movie. Because if you want to go back and rewatch the Age of Ultron teasers, the first trailers for that movie, it was really dark. This movie was supposed to be a really dark tone and a lot more gritty, considering Ultron is a very like powerful being as far as his tier of villainy goes. And I don't know if you remember the trailer, but he was like, "There are no strings on me," like,
yeah.
and then fucking show the clip or show the title. You cannot tell me you were expecting a darker movie, and then this movie was like colorful, more vibrant, and it had like just a lot more jokes to it than expected.
Dude, that movie made Ultron my favorite like villain.
Like the darkest part of that movie was Hulk,
Yeah.
because he was battling some demons, and then he ends up leaving for a while. Then we don't see him till Thor 3.
I still fuck with Thor Ragnarok too.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. It's one of the better movies
But-
of the MCU.
Ultron. I like Ultron as a villain. He was cool in the movie.
I just think they humanize him too much.
His voice is what made him really cool. Like I really like what's that character's name? When he cuts off his arm and he's like, you think I'm Tony Stark?
Claw.
He's like,
Claw.
he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then he kicks him down. That was like probably like one of my favorite. And just like the way he talks to the Avengers is really fucking funny.
My
Like,
favorite scene with him is probably the one where he first takes his first possession of a robot, which was one of the broken ones, one of Tony's
which one was it?
broken armor, and then he's like crawling or like walking
like
towards him, limping.
when he first comes out. Is that
Yes,
what you're
that was probably my favorite like moment of Ultron in that movie, was because it really did give that dark interpretation of what I wanted, what I was probably what we were expecting, and then it just turned into like him kind of just joking, like popping jokes and stuff like that. I didn't enjoy it that much.
I can see that though.
Yeah,
But he was cool. I really liked him. He was funny. At least I thought he was funny. But
he was a kind of hit or miss as far
Really?
as funny goes for me.
I don't know. I've always fuck, which one was it when they're done fighting on Sokovia, and then he's like, well, with the benefit of hindsight, and he who the fuck hits
Hulk.
him? Yeah, Hulk hits him, and then when he's trying to fly away, and he's like, oh dear God, and he goes up the fucking the shit. See that? I don't know. I found out that was pretty funny
Yeah, they worked for the moment.
for the movie. Yeah, dude, that's still my favorite. I like the two Endgame and Infinity War, but Ultron, I really like that movie.
What about you, Timmy? Like what?
Yeah, you talk now.
I know we need to get you some time. Come on now.
I just like the movie. I don't mind them. I just like them.
He's a. I wouldn't say a.
I just watch them, bro.
Yeah, he's just a watcher.
I just watch it. Hey, they're cool though. They're cool.
Meanwhile, there's me dissecting every little piece
For
and
real.
Yeah, all you guys. I'm just
all these little details about the movies and everything.
He's vibing with it though.
I'm vibing. Chill though.
Good.
Hey, have you seen so the guy? Have you seen Shin Godzilla yet? The 2016 movie.
Huh?
You haven't seen Shin Godzilla?
Is that the first Godzilla movie of the newer ones?
No. Well, it came out in 2016. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the one with Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No. That's Legendary Godzilla. This is Shin Godzilla. So this is the first Toho movie since 2000.
Is there something I'm missing here? This does not sound familiar. You said 2016.
Yeah,
That was when Aaron Taylor Johnson's movie.
that was 2014.
Are you thinking of Gods and Monsters?
No. What? I'll show you a picture.
You're
of
gonna
Shin-
you're gonna have to
I'll
show me. I'm like, what is
No,
going
Shin-
on here? Am I
Okay,
missing
Shin
something?
Godzilla was like one of the coolest fucking. You really haven't seen Shin, bro?
Maybe I don't.
Okay, yeah. It was kind of a hit or miss movie. I like it, but like the human characters make it like unenjoyable. But that's a Godzilla movie. It's always gonna be like that. Shin
For-
Godzilla.
Oh no, I haven't.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
let me see.
it's this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
See,
That's a good movie.
he likes it. So, I'm gonna talk about anime real quick. So, some anime called Neon Genesis Evangelion. The writer for that wrote this movie. He wrote Shin Godzilla,
Okay.
and he's been doing like promotional art for some crossover. It's like a little short film, I think. And like they're showing more of Shin Godzilla, and I really hope. I mean, you haven't even seen the movie, but I really hope they fucking make a Shin Godzilla 2, because that movie was. It ended on a cliffhanger. That's all. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
I hate when movies do
If
that.
you do watch it, the human scenes are like really boring, but like that's the point of the point of the movie is not to be boring. Right? It's just like the human characters in the movie is the main character, and that's the Godzilla. But
That was one thing I strongly disliked on most monster movies. Well, even if by monster, I'm just gonna say
like kaiju
Like-
movies in general. Well, not in general. I haven't seen all of them. I haven't seen.
no, just the Godzilla movies
Okay.
and the Kong movies in
Mhm.
general was, especially the newer ones, they lacked in the character development for the humans.
Mm.
It was just like it felt more like a distraction to the main monsters.
Yeah, a lot of 2014 was like that. Like they would how they would show like little glimpses of Godzilla, like if I'm just like walking and swimming, until like the last fucking 20 minutes where they finally show him.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
only like not even 15 minutes
Yeah.
of Godzilla in
See,
that
but-
movie, in his movie.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla it doesn't start off with him. Yeah, it does actually. It starts off with Shin Godzilla like, fuck, I don't want to spoil this for you. Okay.
I'm probably not gonna watch it. So it's
Oh, okay. All right then. Well, he has different forms, so he's like evolving. So like the movie starts off with him evolving,
Mhm.
and then I'm not gonna say it ends, but like when he gets to his fourth form, is when like the human characters come in.
Yeah.
And then they figure out how to stop him from evolving, so then they freeze him. So then and his tail is a different organism, I guess. So he has his main brain, and his tail has its own brain. So there's a part in the movie where, so his atomic breath is different. Dude, this is my favorite atomic breath ever, and that's pretty hard to beat. Cause 2014 when he used the kiss of death on the Muda,
Yeah.
that shit was sick. And then King of the Monsters, each one of his scenes with the atomic breath is fucking sick.
Oh,
but
yeah.
this one, it starts up. It's like a laser, right? So when he first uses it, it's through his mouth, and then like when he's fighting like the humans, his fucking tail uses it. So like the laser's coming out of his mouth, and then the tail's using it, and then he charges it through his back. So it's like a little.
Interesting.
It's fucking cool. So anyway, the way it ends on a cliffhanger with he was evolving while they were like freezing him. So there was like little baby Godzillas coming out of his tail,
Interesting.
and then it ends. It's a cool fucking movie. I really like when I rewatch it. I watch the Godzilla parts. I skip the human, and then I watch the rest of the movie.
That's kind of me with the whole 2014 movie. I skipped that movie as a whole. I was just, it had a great moment it had a great fight, but overall, it was boring with the character development.
Yeah, I can see that. I kind of like how Kong changed that though. How they brought back the characters from King of the Monsters.
Kong is arguably my favorite like monster
Oh, no,
movie
I
of
meant
those.
Kong
honestly.
versus Zilla. That's what I meant.
Oh, Godzilla versus
Yeah.
Kong. Yeah, that
That was
one
fucking
was really
cool.
fun.
But I actually didn't watch Kong till like not that long ago actually. Like I just like I knew Kong was in the universe. I just didn't watch the movie till like not that long ago, and I was like, holy fuck.
Oh, so it's like you knew the movie was
Yeah,
out, that
yeah.
was connected to that Godzilla
Yeah.
movie, but you were just like,
Nah, man, I'm Team Godzilla always.
I got
Yeah, God.
I
Who
got
you?
Kong, bro.
Who are you?
My Godzilla.
Godzilla. Alright, that's too.
I mean,
long.
okay. Let's be
Godzilla.
honest here. As much as the totem poles said otherwise, I mean, it was pretty obvious that Godzilla was gonna win because this is obviously his universe at the end of the day, and he was always king of monsters.
Mm.
But it doesn't hurt to go for the underdog.
Yeah, I mean, he did kill Mecha. That shit was cool though. I fuck with that when he killed.
I just
Mecha.
always fucked with Kong because of his movies mainly,
Mhm.
and like how they treated him as a character.
Yeah.
Like he was more than just some monster. It was like, oh, there's more to him, and once you deep dive into his family tree and like what he's done for this one island alone, you know, like he's the protector.
Did you see that they're gonna continue on the MonsterVerse?
Yeah, They're working on the second one, Godzilla vs Kong 2 or some shit, and I think it's.
Was that it? All I know is that they were just gonna continue on with the.
I know they're gonna continue on. I just don't remember what exactly, because I remember watching something about the details to the movie and everything, like a little short thing about what it's gonna be about. I just forgot what it was, but I know it's either gonna be some kind of prequel or.
A prequel for who?
Remember how they used when I think it was Kong that Kong went down into the center of the earth or something like that?
Okay, yeah. When it goes into the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, the Hollow Earth, and then you see the carvings of the Godzilla and Kongs actually have beef. They've had this long time beef.
Oh, hey, that should be a pretty cool movie.
Yeah, I want to say it was a prequel about like diving into the family history. Either that or Kong having a kid. It was something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't quite remember.
Isn't Kong like the only one in his like any?
That's why. So I'm I'm trying to figure that part out.
I mean, they could pull a baby Godzilla like how they did back then.
Yeah.
He disappears.
Yeah, something like that.
See, but that wouldn't work nowadays.
Just plot holes, Fuck it, why not?
Ghidorah was all I wanted to see. I was fucking terrified of him when I was a kid.
That was beautiful to watch in the second one.
I was scared of Ghidorah as a kid. Like, his original roar was fucking terrifying. But I was happy to see that he came back. But Gigan would be a pretty cool one to see. Come back, but they'd have to make up a new story for him, too. I want to see Space Godzilla come back. Space Godzilla would be fucking sick.
That was one thing I appreciated about the second Godzilla movie was, what's it called? The second Godzilla movie.
King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters, there you go. That was one thing I appreciated about that one was the amount of monsters they brought in. And
all the new ones they brought in too.
Yeah.
I forgot about the new ones.
And how they shot that movie. Because they really showed like the levels of like the difference between the sizes of these monsters. Yeah. And like how they captured them, like Ghidorah. How they shot him in like the darkness and then slowly one by one would be all three heads popping out. I lost it. I was like,
dude,
whoa.
I lost it when they brought Burning Godzilla. Dude, I was so fucking
That was
happy.
Cool.
Because when I seen Burning Godzilla, I didn't understand what the fuck was happening. I was like, oh, he's on fire, oh shit. And then his son becomes the new Godzilla. But seeing Burning Godzilla come back, dude, I was like, dude, fuck yeah, that shit was sick. I fuck with Burning Godzilla. Cool.
Yeah, I fuck with that. I fuck with that movie heavy just for its visuals. It was kind of boring though. It was if anything, I'd say it was kind of too long of a movie because there was a lot more. They tried to balance
the human and the monsters.
And it kind of made it a little too long for me
to
enjoy.
I remember watching a video of like early reviewers saying that they showed more monsters than humans, and the guy was saying that why are you guys complaining? For the first one, you guys are complaining more humans than monsters.
Because people are always gonna find something to complain about.
There's no winning, but I still like King of the Monsters. I fuck with King of the Monsters.
That goes for every movie.
I don't really like Godzilla vs Kong though.
Didn't we watch that together?
Yeah, we did.
What? You don't like that movie?
Remember, we all watched it together.
Cool. It was cool watching it the first time, but when I rewatched it, I liked it more.
It's a pretty movie, though.
Dude, that movie is fucking pretty.
Movie.
It is.
Pretty.
Godzilla's laugh, it's never gonna get old. Like, just that fight in general, dude. Where were they? They were in Tokyo, no?
I want to say it was Tokyo. Yeah.
That shit was fucking pretty.
When the way it was shot with the different lighting of the buildings and everything, that was cool.
Fucking terrifying.
It was cool.
Dude, that movie is pretty, but I don't know. I find myself watching it more for Godzilla and Mechagodzilla.
Like, well, because Mecha doesn't come out till like the final act, and even then he does.
That Mechagodzilla was cool too. At first, I didn't really like his design.
It was cool for the
design.
Really? It grew on me though. I like it, but
I thought it was cool at first.
Kiryu from which fucking movie is it? Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. That Mechagodzilla is fucking sick. That one's the best looking one in my opinion. But the Kong and Godzilla mecha it's cool for this universe, I guess, but I don't know. I'm always gonna like the Kiryu ones. Those ones are fucking sick. And the backstory's a little better rather than having Ghidorah's, like, what was it? Ghidorah's skull was the one that was powering it. Kiryu was the original 1954 Godzilla. It was this whole skeleton that was powering the mecha. And then, like, sometime in the movie, the ghost of the original Godzilla possesses mecha. And then, like, it just gets way better from there.
Interesting.
It's really cool, yeah. And, like, Godzilla design is still my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, to 2000 millennia. That Godzilla design's fucking sick. He's kind of like alligator looking with the pink fucking spines.
You're like me with comics, but with monsters.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. You know a lot about them
Well, dude,
way more than I do.
I grew up a lot with Godzilla. That's like
Yeah.
My first movie was the most hated Godzilla movie, the 1980, I think it's 89, with the first American one, which was an iguana. That was my first Godzilla movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was shit.
So that was my first. That's the first time I watched. Like that's my first time ever seeing Godzilla, and then after that what other movie did I watch after that? I know for sure that one was the first Godzilla movie, and then right after it was like, I think it was like the Millennium movies, and then I started watching like all like the older ones. The older ones are really cringe to watch now, but
yeah.
It's still a fun watch.
That's why it's hard for me to go back and watch them because of
They're
what
very-
we have now. So
Dude.
it's like I just sit there and I'm like,
Oh,
I don't know if I can sit through
Dude,
this.
check this out. Godzilla Final Wars. Godzilla. There's karate in that movie.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck?
Motherfucker throwing kicks with big old quads.
Hey, but that movie though, that Godzilla killed the American Godzilla. That shit was pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like the first time I watched that movie, I at least I think it's not Final Wars. It's one of the other older Godzilla movies. Some aliens they summon Zilla, so the American Godzilla, to fight Godzilla, and Godzilla just fucking kills it just like that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up because I still liked the 89. I think it's 89. The 89. It's 90. One of the years. I still like the American Godzilla. So when I first seen it, I was like, what the fuck? But then yeah, I fuck with Godzilla, dude. That's him, Godzilla, Sonic, and Dragon Ball. That's all I had as a kid. Like that's really all I had.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All I had was Spider-Man.
And
then
then
it's-
Spider-Man too. Okay,
yeah.
I'll put Spider-Man in there.
For me, then it due to one of my homies that I met over in first or second grade. He's the person that helped me like branch out into like there's more than just Spider-Man in that in that comic, you know.
Yeah, I was the same way when I first started playing Crash in Sunnyside. One of my good friends, Zab. I didn't know that like other people played Crash because when I had my PS2, everyone else had like the PS3s and the 360. So like I thought that we were the only one that played Crash, and I met him, and we had the same game, and then we became friends.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was the same way with Godzilla. Like when I was in preschool, I'd ask around, "You guys watch Godzilla?" And they'd be like, "No." Like, what the fuck? Watch it. It's cool. Now it's pretty popular. At least I feel like it's a lot more popular than what it was before. But it's gonna take a bit of time for it to come back. Because I don't see how they're gonna continue on after King of the Monsters, especially with Godzilla.
Apparently they have it figured out, so we'll see. Because I'm just as lost.
Space
as you
Godzilla.
are.
I'm telling you, they should bring him back.
You already have. You basically have all the notes and everything.
I predicted Shadow coming back. I'm gonna predict.
He did.
I did.
For Sonic 2?
Yeah, I was
did.
telling him. I was like, okay.
That was me with No Way Home with all three of them coming together. I knew it. I fucking knew it before news came
I
out.
think it was the week before I watched it, I was telling him, I was like, the movie's either gonna end with Metal Sonic or Shadow. But I was leaning more towards Shadow because like Metal Sonic, like they fucking completely skipped his like little story. Or I guess the movie universe they're not following the game universe like how it goes on.
Yeah.
They're just taking like different parts from it. So they completely skipped fucking Metal Sonic. So I was like, okay, Shadow. Shadow was dude. I freaked the fuck out when I see Shadow.
I got spoiled on Supersonic being
for real?
popping out in that movie.
Let's talk about you though now.
I know, and I know one thing that I do want to get to know about or dissect more with you is going back into sports.
Let's get it.
Because we barely got into football
Yeah.
when we started cutting off into different different branches and all that. So what I wanted to ask was, same thing over as what boxing has. What I asked him with boxing is like, what's your what got you so passionate about football? Exactly.
Started in Sunnyside, low key. We were at recess.
Mm-hmm.
We were just balling out. Just seeing the kids, balling out. I was like, hey, I was a loner back then, I was a a little loner.
Yeah.
So, I want to go, try to play out. I caught the ball, and I got speed. All of a sudden, I found out I got speed. They're like, hey, you're fast, getting, like, all these compliments and all that. So I was like, all right, I've been thinking about it, wanting to play football, so. Then we go to, we move out of Sunnyside, going to Toppenish. So that's when Sam had to step into the father figure, And then that's when I did Great Kids. We did Great Kids. Honestly, Sam just motivated me to, just to play sports more. Like he made me want to go hard. Like I don't know. It's just weird, cause like he makes me go harder every time. Literally, like